Hello students, Bachelor of Science, subject Botany, third year, semester 6, course code is BOC 110, course title Plant Ecology and Phytogeography. Title of the unit is Water, module name is Importance of Water, States of Water in the Environment. Myself, Ashish Prabhugaonkar, Assistant Professor at DCT's Dhempe College of Arts and Science, Panji, Goa. In this module, we are going to study importance of various states of water in shaping environment. At the end of this module, we should be able to explain the role of water in determining type of ecosystem and shaping the community. We should be also able to describe existence of water in environment in different forms. Importance of water. Water is a simple polar molecule composed of two small positively charged hydrogen atoms and one large negatively charged oxygen atom, which gives the polarity to the water. This charge differential is also called polarity, and it dictates how water interacts with other molecule. Water consists of 71% of Earth's surface in form of oceans and seas. 96.5% of the water is on the earth is present in oceans and seas, and very small portion is present as groundwater, that is 1.7%. Most of it still is there in the deep ground, and only partly it is available on the surface of the ground as water table. 1.7% again is present in the form of glaciers and ice cap, and 0.001% in the form of vapors, clouds, and precipitation. So this small amount of water is important for us and life. Water is the name which is applied to the liquid state of H2O molecule at the standard ambient temperature and pressure. The two common states in which water is found in nature is solid state, that is ice, gaseous phase, that is water vapor or steam, and the normal liquid water is the common water state. Various state phase transition of water can be seen by application of heat and taking out of the heat from the water. The freezing is called when water is condensed to form solid. Melting, we know it is called when the solid ice turns into the water. Vaporization or evaporation is the term applied when water turns into the gas. Condensation is the term when the gaseous vapor state forms liquid, or the precipitation which takes place, which is cause of the rainfall. Sublimation is the term applied when the ice or the solid water turns directly into the vapor. Deposition is the term applied when the vapor directly turns into the solid. So sublimation takes place under the low pressure influence, and the deposition takes place in very cold climatic conditions. At pressure of 1 atmosphere, ice melts or water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius, and water boils and or vapor condenses at 100 degrees Celsius. However, even below the boiling point, water can change to vapor at its surface by evaporation. These temperatures at which water changes the phase is not constant. it can vary. So even below the 100-degree temperature, that is boiling point, water can change into the vapor, and then we know the vaporization of water from the ocean surface is the major contributor to the air moisture. The melting and boiling points depend on pressure also. Boiling point increases with the pressure. That is, we can see also in the pressure cooker, wherein the high boiling temperature can be achieved by increasing the pressure inside the container. Water can remain in liquid state at high temperature in the deep ocean or underground. In vacuum, water will boil at room temperature. That's the principle applied in vacuum drying of the material. Sublimation and deposition also occur on very cold surfaces under influence of pressure. Difference in density of water at various state. Water differs from most liquids in that it becomes less dense as it freezes and expands almost 9%. This expansion also can be seen when because ice floats on the water when it solidifies. The expansion of water upon freezing also exerts enormous pressure, which causes if the water is present inside the rock crevices, it causes the rocks to even break, and it is called frost weathering, and this is a contributor to soil formation in certain areas. In a lake or ocean, water at 4 degrees Celsius sinks to bottom and ice forms on the surface. This ice floating on the surface of the liquid. This ice insulates the water below, preventing it from freezing solid. It stops the water from coming in contact with air. Without this protection, most aquatic organisms would perish during the winter. Seawater and tides is another factor. Seawater contains about 3.5% sodium chloride on an average, plus smaller amount of other substances. This presence of sodium chloride and salts changes physical properties of seawater in some respects. The seawater freezes at lower temperature, that is minus 1.9 degrees Celsius, and its density increases with decreasing temperature to freezing point. So this increase in density causes upheaval of water in the deep water oceanic systems. Tides are the cyclic rising and falling of seawater levels by the forces of moon and gravitational forces of moon and sun. So this rising and falling of the water under the influence of tides cause changes in the depth of the marine and estuarine ecosystem, and it produces oscillating currents known as tidal streams. So we now know that water keeps circulating; it doesn't remain steady. That's how it supports life. Necessity of water for survival of all living organism. Water occupies a central position in shaping ecosystem and supporting life. Life is not possible without water, and it is directly involved in many. Water is directly involved in many chemical reactions to build and break down important components of the cell. It is also very important in photosynthesis, which results in creation of sugars. Water also participates in building larger molecules of the cell. Water constitutes 80 to 95% of the total weight of growing plant tissues or any organism, for instance. Water is a very important solvent and usually consists of most of the part of the protoplasm. Many biochemical reactions going on in the plant are catalyzed by enzymes and formed in protoplasm. Water is present in nature in three forms: atmospheric moisture, precipitation, and soil water. Atmospheric moisture is present as invisible vapor known as humidity, also visible vapor known as cloud. Invisible vapors is called relative humidity. Warm air can hold more water vapor than the cold air. Relative humidity is measured with dry wet bulb thermometer or a hygrometer. Visible vapors, that is cloud or fog, are actually water droplets or tiny crystals of water formed due to condensation of water. Precipitation is the chief source of water in the soil. Precipitation in the form of water is important in shaping various kinds of ecosystem, and pattern and distribution of rainfall is very important in deciding vegetation type in terrestrial ecosystem. Precipitation affects plant directly in several other forms such as snow, hail, sleet. Soil water, when precipitation occurs on the ground, the water seeps into the soil. The water present in the soil is medium for all the nutrients and it is assimilated by the plant. There are three main types of soil water, that is gravitational water, capillary water and hygroscopic water. More about it we'll learn in next modules. These are my references. Thank you.